Welcome to Podclass episode 6. I'm Mr. E. Who are you?
I am Alexander Nicholas Cosino.
Full government. Behind the scenes, who do we got?
Kaya. Hello, guys.
And Karina owning the cam. Very glad to have some special guests in the room with us today. We're not even going to point out who that is, but we're glad that you're here. Mark, my bad. So today what we're talking about is, what we want to do in our Podclass episodes is really we're learning how to do podcasts, how to do the editing, post-podcast filming, how to get familiar with the sound systems and the software to record with, and then obviously being on here to have a conversation. So the idea is to start off with a topic and to see where it goes, and hopefully we stay on track for the most part and create something not only informative but entertaining as well for the Wolverines. Hanta yo. You're supposed to say Hanta yo after that.
Ah, I see. Hanta yo.
Thank you, Alex. So today what our topic that we hope to start with is students with disabilities. And what I want to do is get some perspective from you, Alex, as a student who obviously we love and adore, a member of our media team. If you don't mind, kind of take us through without getting, emotionally upset, just to kind of explain to us just the daily process to start with of, a student who is wheelchair bound, having to navigate the same hallways as, I guess what you could say, a student without a disability. Kind of walk us through your daily process, and then we'll go from there.
All right. Well, that's a pretty broad topic. Let's start. What specific part do you want to? Do you know about the hallways? You want to talk about
what I want to know right now, and we'll get deeper as we go, is describe your routine from the time you leave your house to come to school and when you get home, and share the details you would like to share. You don't have to share all of them. It's up to you.
All right. Well, let's start from the beginning. So in the morning, I wake up around 5:30, then I go back to sleep till 6.
5:30?
Yeah. I set an alarm for 5:30, and then I just don't do anything for another 30 minutes. And then depending on the day, I'll actually get up and go around 6.
Gotcha.
And then I usually wheel to school.
Even in the cold?
Yeah.
You wheeled this morning?
Yes.
You are a tough man, sir. And you've got a beard now. Very proud of you.
Yeah, I didn't shave. I feel like a Reddit moderator right now.
What? What does that mean? Okay, explain that later. So keep going. So you wheel to school.
Yeah. And then depending on the mornings and stuff, if I get there early, I'll usually go find my friend James and we go hang out in the esports room because that's my first hour.
So first hour of the day, esports. What video games do you play?
I usually, on the Fridays, because we usually are allowed to play whatever we want on Fridays, I usually go play in Super Smash Bros. But, these past few days, I've been playing Overwatch 2.
Nice. PC?
Yes, of course.
Nice. Okay, so that actually makes school a little easier to come to in your first hour or something like that. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, take us through some more of your day.
All right. Usually, and then, second hour is SEL. I'm right across from your classroom with Miss Santiago.
Shout out, Miss Santiago.
Yeah, and, ICAP and all that, and that's pretty standard. Third hour is ceramics over at Mr. Hobbs. So I got to go all the way back, which isn't usually bad, but, around, lunch hour, lunch hour is, when it's really bad.
What's really bad? Like the hallways?
Yes, So
describe the struggle for you.
Well, people just stand in the hallway and don't do anything. And normally, let's say for you, you can just walk past them pretty easily. But it's hard to maneuver around them, especially when they're they'll step back 2 spaces and then land on you.
They'll land on you?
Yeah, they'll just fall on you, which I usually have a reaction, just put my hand out and stop them. But, sometimes I'm not
so
that fast.
far, just from your description, other than being in a wheelchair, obviously, and I do appreciate that you're always cool with talking about these types of things because it's never disrespectful, at least for me, right? We always just try to kind of understand each other. So for the most part, you sound like a regular student, right? And a lot of times people try to treat students that they would consider disabled to not be able to function as a regular student. But other than navigating the hallways, what is another setback for someone that is in a wheelchair trying to be in the same classes in the same hallways with students that walk upright?
Well, let's see. So you know north upstairs? I
Yeah.
can't go up there at all. There's no
No
elevator
elevator
over there.
over there. Yep.
So that entire part of the school is completely cut off from me.
So they have to literally make your schedule
Yeah.
around where your classes would be, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So are there any classes you wish you could take that is only available on that side of the school?
Not really. I don't really care all that much about which classes I take. One thing I am glad, though, is that I have Miss Ship for my English for instead of Miss Keller, because I like Miss Ship more.
Well, I hope neither one of them watch this podcast.
Well, I mean,
But-
it's not like I don't like Miss Keller or anything. I just prefer Miss Ship more.
That's fair.
I think she's cool.
That's fair. Okay. Well, any other struggles that, besides obviously the classrooms are limited because of access? That's obviously a problem. I feel like we should have an elevator on both sides,
Yeah.
right? Especially what if somebody gets injured out of nowhere and is on crutches or whatever? Well, normally what happens if they have a class upstairs north side, they have to go to the library, and that's not really a good thing for their learning. Kai, you got something?
Yeah. Kaya was injured and on crutches, and I still had to go upstairs. They didn't send me to the library.
Because you built like that.
I'm just.
You built for that. Big dog.
All right. Okay.
Okay. That's what I was doing. Oh, you know what I forgot, Kaya? Sorry, Alex. I forgot I forgot a main part of our podcast. You know what I'm about to say?
What?
Welcome to Lawton Wolverine Media. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like and share and hit the bell for notifications because we back with another banger. Yes, sir. No one?
No,
You forgot that
you gotta
we're
stop
in the
saying
middle
banger.
of the podcast, and
You've got to stop saying banger. That's so.
We back with another banger. What you mean?
No.
It's a banger.
It's. Stop.
Okay.
That word is just.
I got you.
Okay.
Whatever.
Don't
They
let it
know what I
happen
meant.
again.
Subscribe to
Okay.
Lawton Wolverine Media. We're also on Instagram. We're also on TikTok. Make sure you see what's going on. A bunch of information as far as daily announcements. We got our Podclass episodes as we try and perfect them and get a little better. We're only on episode 6 because we've been trying to tweak it here and there, make sure we're doing the right thing. And we're back with another banger. I said that just for Kaya. So anyway, back to the topic here. My bad, Alex.
I don't care.
So give us what are some pet peeves, right? And try to keep in mind the whole school will watch this, okay? What are some pet peeves for you, someone who has to navigate the hallways in a wheelchair, that you would hope students would, maybe consider and be mindful of? Because maybe they just don't understand that, a lot of times, especially teenagers, human beings across the board, we can be selfish, right?
Yes.
Self-centered. We just don't think like that. So help us understand how to think outside of ourselves to keep people that cannot necessarily navigate the hallways the same way. What are some things you can teach us right now?
Well, here's the number one thing, okay? I'm not actively trying to hit you in the hallways. You will walk right into me sometimes, okay? And sure, I may have a blunder every once in a while and not realize and I'll accidentally hit someone. But move. Don't stand in the hallway either.
Yeah.
You're just asking for me to bump into you. And don't get all mad at me and be like, oh, you gonna run me over. No. Move.
So you don't mean to run them over is what you're saying, right?
Not intentionally.
So you don't keep score?
No.
Okay.
The only time I keep score is when I intentionally hit my friends. But, they're my
Wow.
friends and they deserve it.
Wow. Your friends deserve to be hit by your wheelchair.
Yes.
By the way, Alex has a wheelchair that has a motor on it, so it's not like you can't hear it coming.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious. If you can just hear, and then
And you be zooming sometimes.
occasionally, but usually I try to stay at walking speed.
And that motor is heavy. I had to pick it up one time when we were going from here to LRC that one time. Remember
Yeah.
that? And I had to pick it up, and it's not a light thing, but obviously it's got some sort of motor in it, right? It's got some sort of thing is it chargeable? Is that how you do it?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
It's like a phone battery, pretty much.
That's pretty cool. So you just charge it every night?
Yeah.
When you get home, and nice. Well, that's cool. Well, make sure you're wearing, the proper cold weather gear, my friend, when you're wheeling to school.
Yeah, I need to start wearing my Carhartt.
Now, come on, Carhartt is goated
Yeah.
for sure. All right, so any other pet peeves? I'll give you one more. Give us another pet peeve you have that maybe help us out, help us understand, because we need to understand, right? We gotta navigate the same space. So help us help you.
So, okay, number one thing, They See Me Rolling. I hate that song with a passion. I will. If I hear it anymore, I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna turn evil. I'm gonna turn evil. Not sure what that
You're talking
means.
about the riding dirty.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh man, that's crazy. They sing that when you ride by or something.
Some people do it, and you know what? It angers me every time.
So you stand up for yourself, man. Every time that happens, let them know. Hey, I don't like that.
I might, I
And
do
come
that.
let me know.
I do that, and then it don't do anything. So
Come
at this
let me
point,
know. Come tell on them.
Tell on him.
Yeah, come tell on them. So who cares?
Okay.
Listen, let's talk about this real quick. A lot of times, kids will call each other snitches. Let me tell you what a snitch is. A snitch is somebody who's doing the wrong thing and tells on their co-defendant for also doing the wrong thing in order to save themselves. A snitch is somebody who tells on somebody else to try and deflect the attention from themselves. Somebody who stands up for themselves and tells the right thing about what's going on is not a snitch. You heard it here first, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications, because we back with another banger. You know what I'm saying, Kaya?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got you. Really, it comes down to have respect for other people in the hallway, and not just for people in a wheelchair, but like I'll be trying to walk down the hallway sometimes, and they just stop and stand in the middle.
Honestly,
Bro, get to one side and move. Like, what are we doing? Get to class, first of all.
if I was able-bodied, I'd just start pushing people.
Okay, Alex. No.
Wow.
Don't do that.
Please don't do that.
I mean, I probably won't, but you know what? I might.
You-
I might turn evil. I might turn evil.
Okay, you've said the phrase "turn evil" several times in this podcast, and
Yes.
we're just guys. We're gonna take care of Alex. Let's take care of Alex because we don't want evil to happen, right?
No
And
villainy.
you're actually a great kid. Obviously you've been with me for a couple years. You were Mr. Brandenburg before he left. Shout out Brandenburg. So we've known each other for a while, and so I just want to let you know we're gonna make sure we take care of you, man. Obviously, we're not gonna show special attention. Let's talk about that. Do you feel like sometimes you get too much attention? And
Oh, yeah, I feel like I get patronized a lot.
And what is that? What do you mean by that?
Well, I just feel like some people underestimate me and don't think that I can do certain things. And, it's not like, holding the door for me. I won't get mad at that. Like, I actually do appreciate people holding the door for me.
Sure.
But, like, some teachers, like, not here really, but, like, in my middle school, Central Middle School, some teachers would...
Don't say names.
I'm not going to say
Go
names. I was just going to say the school.
Sure.
Because that's the school I went to. But, like, some teachers would, like, act like I couldn't do much or I could do very little.
So like try to overcompensate to take care of you is what you're saying?
Yes.
Man, yeah, I understand that.
I
get
haven't
that.
seen it much here because I've kind of set that where I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah.
No.
No. That's good. We'll do the same thing when they sing Riding Dirty. Like, no. Just let them know. Okay, so you've taken us through different things from your perspective in the hallways. Explain to us, maybe your routine after school. What does after school look like?
Oh, after school, on Mondays is Tabletop Club, and as the president, I gotta go there. on
Wait a
Mondays.
second. We're sitting here with the one and only president of the Tabletop Gaming Club.
Yes, you are.
Can we get a hand clap for that? Where are the hand claps at? It's the one you did. There. Yeah. Good stuff. Explain tabletop gaming because I'm pretending like I know and I actually have no idea.
Well, okay. So tabletop gaming is an umbrella term, of course. So there's multiple different types. You got your board games, like your Uno, and you got your Candyland and all that.
Nice.
And they got like Dungeons and Dragons, which is what I do. I run a Dungeons and Dragons table for people.
So you're him.
Yes.
You're him when it comes D&D.
Yeah.
So y'all do like a campaign a week, or you play the same campaign week after week?
We play the same campaign week after week.
The only reason I know this terminology is because of Stranger Things. It's the only reason I know about this.
Well, okay. That is a topic for another time because Stranger Things has brought like Dungeons and Dragons into the mainstream somewhat, but I don't know. I don't like. I kind of gatekeep it a little bit.
You
But
gatekeep?
only towards Stranger Things. Anytime else, I'm open to it. I don't know. I don't watch it because I don't like it. It
It's
looks
not true to the nature of D&D.
Yeah, it's hella. Sorry, hecking inaccurate.
It's inaccurate. See, I feel the same way about like movies with military stuff in it.
Yeah,
Because I was in the military, right? And I don't know what it is, but they brainwash you, right? They engrave this thing into your brain about, you know, your uniform and all these things. And so when I see a movie, I'm always able to point out the inaccuracies of like the military uniform and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like you can't be a specialist and a captain at the same time. We need to switch this up. What's happening right now?
Yeah.
And so sometimes I feel you on the inaccuracy part. Like it's tough to watch certain things because you can't really get into the story because you're stuck on the details, right?
I know, like you got like people like let's say like season 1 where they were doing the Demogorgon. The Demogorgon, like especially with
You lost me. We talking about Stranger Things now?
Yes.
Okay, go.
So you know the Demogorgon from Stranger Things.
Sure.
Okay, so the Demogorgon in Dungeons and Dragons. Well, okay, I'm okay with them using the names. I don't really care about that. But like in like AD&D, which is like first edition Dungeons and Dragons back in like the 80s and stuff. Demogorgon was like kind of way more powerful. So if you were to just pull him out, people would just be like, "All right, yeah, we're dead." Which you know they kind of did. But you kind of got to like really min-max depending on the like boss and stuff. Like if they pulled out, I'm just surprised they haven't pulled out a Beholder yet for any of the Stranger Things, because that's an iconic monster right there in Dungeons and Dragons.
So how many people play your weekly D&D?
My weekly D&D, I got 4 people. One of them went virtual, so I have 3 right now.
Nice. So what time is Tabletop Gaming Club? And you said it's on Mondays. How long do you go?
We go around till 4:30 usually.
That's cool. So today,
Yes.
Dungeons and Dragons today.
Yes, as
Cool.
of Monday. As
Nice.
when this is being recorded.
Nice. Okay, so take us through the rest of your day. So after D&D, you know, what does it look like going home? Do you wheel home as well?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, all right.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to get nasty today.
Yeah.
What's the plan today if it gets nasty?
Depending on how cold it is, I'll either just wheel home or, yeah, that's bad. I'll probably just wheel home.
So the reason we're having this conversation, to wrap things up here, the reason we're having this conversation is because we want students to understand that a student with a disability of any kind is not abnormal, right? It doesn't make a person different in the sense that they are also a student. But we're all unique and we're all different in our different ways, right? And I mean, you have hair, I don't, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
maybe I mean, that's a disability for me, I guess, because that's all anybody ever brings up anytime they talk to me. But it's okay. Wow. You had to hit the laughing key. That's great. Thanks, Kaya.
Now, see, me personally, I would not stand for that.
That's okay. Wow. Alex. See, I like that. I appreciate that. Being able to poke fun at yourself is a good quality to have, right? So we appreciate you coming on and being really bold enough to talk to us, and you know, which could be considered a sensitive subject, but really not. I mean, it's who you are. It's a part of your, you know, your everyday living, but it doesn't make you, you know, the man that you're becoming, right? You can still have the same thought process. It's still the same cool vibes, and you know, just be a cool kid, you know. So love you, man. Glad you're on the podcast with me. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, more people should come to Tabletop Club. We'd love
Come to
have ya.
Tabletop. Go to Tabletop. He said they got Candyland, bro. Like, who doesn't like Candyland?
We don't have Candyland, but I could probably
You
go and
said Candyland,
I can
Alex.
secure it. I can go get it.
President, make it happen, bro.
All right, I'll look into it.
What about Spades and Dominoes?
Spades and Dominoes? Is that a card game?
Yes. Dominoes
We
is
have
Dominoes.
cards. Yeah, if we have cards, we can go get cards.
Bruh.
We've got cards.
I might have to slide through.
Okay, I mean,
Where my Spades players at, my Dominoes players at. Come get work at Tabletop Gaming Club. I'm here with the president, Alex Casino himself. You feel me? All right, man. Hey, that's it, man. Thanks for coming and tuning in. Podclass episode 6. Special shout out to Kaya Karina, our special guest Mark, and of course my co-host today. We've got Alex Casino. He gave his full government earlier. I ain't gonna say the full government. Don't say it again. It's fine. It's like 5 names.
there's only 3.
Oh. Anyway, the president of Tabletop Gaming himself. Thanks for walking through with us today. This has been Podclass episode 6. Make sure you like,
Oh,
subscribe, ring the bell for noties. And we have just witnessed our latest
banger.
See, I knew you was going to do that. That's why I set you up like that. Hey, man, we love y'all. Hansi, yo, peace.